All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Gloveworks podcast. Today is a very, very special episode because we have the one, the only Liquor Pussy as our guest today, folks.
Hi, how's it going, everybody?
So we have Liquor Pussy, and the lovely co-host Justin is here as well.
That's me.
Wow.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Liquor Pussy, you're kind of a legend in the servers. Known,
I don't know about that.
First and foremost, known for your liquor, and even more than that, known for your pussy, dog. So, thanks for taking some time out of your day to come have a chat.
Hey, no problem. I had a day off, so.
You're having a day off? Oh, you got a day off work?
Yeah, I got a day off work.
Fuck yeah. Midweek taking the day off. I think I saw you on Steam playing Factorio.
Yeah, there's a new expansion that just came out at the end of October, so I've been playing that lately. So
Factorio. That's where you tell me a bit about Factorio, dog. I know that's like your main game, right? Or like one of.
It's something I've been putting a lot of hours into lately, but basically the story, there's not much of a story. You basically crash land on a planet, and then with not very many items to work with, and you basically build from scratch. You got to work your way back up. You mine resources on the planet, build a factory, and eventually you got to build a rocket to blast off the planet and get back to where you came from. And that's the gist of it.
Is the scenario different every time?
That's same basic scenario. There's local alien wildlife that don't like that you're there, and your factory generates pollution, so they try to destroy your base, your factory, and you got to manage them like a resource, or like it's a management simulator, resource simulator type game.
I see. And then how long has it been out?
I don't know when it first came out. I think probably for maybe 6 or 7 years.
And they're still coming out with DLCs and shit? That's kind of dope.
Yeah, they don't really do a lot of extra content. This is their first expansion they've done.
First ever.
So,
6 years later, you get a new expansion. Holy shit.
Yeah. They've been in early access for a while, but it was pretty fleshed out. But they've been kind of improving on it. They've been releasing updates this whole time, so some new features here and there, but this is the first big DLC.
Oh, cool.
Kind of expansion.
I'm watching their little trailer video right now. I like their art style. Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of got a bit of a depressing. It's not very bright and colorful. It's kind of
this is
dreary.
Cool. This reminds me of Warcraft 3 type of style. It's just nothing too crazy. So it's still got that old pixely vibe to it and shit. Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of got that top-down view. I don't know. It's one of those games that it's got multiplayer support if you want to play with against other people or with other people.
Oh my god! So almost an RTS, like a StarCraft or something, versus someone else.
I don't know if there's actual PvP in there, but I'm sure there is. I've never really played multiplayer. I kind of enjoy just playing by myself because I could just play at my own pace. It's one of those games I play when I don't want to interact with other people. Sometimes I get those days. It's just I just don't want to play with anybody right now. I just want to chill out and build a factory.
Yeah, my game to just chill out and not talk to anyone is Splinter Cell. Just Splinter Cell. If you look at me, you're gonna die.
I haven't played that since the original Xbox.
Dude, it's so good actually. The original Splinter Cell 2003. Oh my goodness. And they have a little bit of a HD texture pack that you can kind of put in there to help it update the textures a little bit. Dude, it's so good on the computer. It's great. It's a PlayStation 1 fucking video game and it plays so good on the PC. It's mind-blowing.
Nice. I might have to pick. I think I might have a few Splinter Cell games in my Steam library, but I don't remember.
I got it on sale for $3.
Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation?
Yeah.
It's kind of in the same vein as Splinter Cell.
Very, very similar. Well, yeah, Metal Gear Solid. There's still fighting aspects, or you have to shoot people. It's not as stealthy I feel Metal Gear
Yeah,
as
that's true.
Splinter Cell is. Splinter Cell's like you're like supposed to be undetected, like type shit. Where Metal Gear, there's still like action scenes and stuff where you like have to kill and shit like that. Because I like yeah, there's people that'll play through Splinter Cell like the entire game like trying their best not to kill a single person. There are like some missions where you like are required to like take a shot and like kill, but like for the most part, if on like ultimate difficulty, you have to play through the entire game and like just basically just kill practically no one, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
So let's see. I think at this point, I just saw you in real life, so I kind of asked you a lot of these questions in real life just to rehash. Let's see. Started playing in Gloveworks? What 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that.
Something like that. I don't remember the exact year. I think it might have been 2018, maybe, or 2017. I can't remember exactly. It was before COVID, but
Yeah, that's the real OGs are pre-COVID glove workers.
am I allowed to mention other servers on the
Of
on the
course, of
podcast?
course, we love all other servers.
Well, I started playing, I think, PRG back in maybe 2017.
Yeah.
And played on there for a bit. They had all the extra, like, no, they didn't have double jump, but they had, like, jetpacks and bunny hopping and all that. I didn't really care for that side of it, but other people seemed to like it. But I didn't care for it much. And eventually I hopped on the only op servers. Someone recommended those to me because they were more vanilla. So I played on there for quite a while, and then they just sort of disappeared one day. And
Yep.
I think it might have been you, or maybe it was somebody else that recommended Gloveworks, and been on here ever since.
Sweet. Yeah, I can't recall ever playing on the old PRG op server. I only know PRG from their Deagle server, but I don't ever recall playing on the op server. I mean, I don't think I would recall because I'm not a big fan of like the low grav double jump flying around op servers. So if that's what they hosted, then I wasn't playing there.
Yeah, there was a lot of that kind of stuff. I don't know if they had low gravity really, but they just, yeah, double jump.
Yeah.
Well, SMG had the double jump, and then PRG had jetpacks and all sorts of custom skins and whatnot. And
Yeah, the owner of PRG is, I think his name's Syfax, SFax or something like that. He's still he's actually like a developer in the community for like still to this day. So he's still actively developing stuff. To my knowledge, I believe he runs Flom's deathmatch servers now.
oh, really? Okay.
I believe he like runs those and makes sure like the Flom's deathmatch servers are all like running smoothly. But for one reason or another, he hasn't. And then when CS2 came out, he released a Deagle only server, but then you can only assume that due to lack of player activity, probably just doesn't host it anymore.
Interesting. I also played on their 1v1 server a little bit here and there, but mostly the op server.
I forgot about those 1v1 servers. Yeah.
I think also because they were based in Chicago, I had a much better ping to their server.
Yeah,
than
all the
anywhere
PRG
else.
servers were in Chicago, so that makes sense because you're out in Winnipeg, Canada, correct?
That is correct.
Were you born and raised there?
No, I was born in Victoria, British Columbia.
Okay.
Lived there for 5 years. Then I moved to Ottawa, Ontario.
Okay.
Lived there for about 4 years, and then I've been living in Winnipeg ever since.
Where's the best part of Canada in your opinion?
The best part of Canada, that depends on what you think the best, what constitutes the best for you.
Let's see.
Like, there's big cities, but there's beautiful mountains and other things.
Best scenery for the summer.
I'm gonna say probably. People have multiple takes on it, I'm sure, but I think Alberta, like Banff National Park, is beautiful. I think for big cities, Calgary is like just a short drive from Banff. Canmore is beautiful. I like Canmore. British Columbia is pretty much everywhere in BC is nice.
You just mentioned a drive. So in Winnipeg, how far is of a drive is the United States border for you?
Probably about an hour and a half.
And then how is it coming into the U.S. for you? Do they just kind of like, oh yeah, what's it look like? Like, I mean, what are the steps or like, what's the security like coming into the U.S. from Canada?
It's just what are you here for? What do you have in your vehicle? I've never really been questioned too hard. One time they looked in the back of the trunk just to see what I had. It was just change of clothes, duffel bag, whatever. But yeah, nothing much. Just want to see your ID,
And then
passport, or
going back into Canada, what's it like?
well, the last few times I've driven down to the States, um, I brought back a ton of alcohol and I went over my limit by quite a bit. So I had to declare it all, and they wanted to see and make sure it was all there. So they took a
Oh,
look.
so you were a good boy. You declared
I was a good boy.
the proper amount, like a truthful, trusting Canadian.
Well, it's so much cheaper down there, so it's really not that
Right.
bad. Paying the little bit extra, and also the selection down in the United States at the time, especially in the early 2000s, was quite a bit more extensive than we had in Canada. So
I see.
it
Yeah,
was always a treat to go down to North Dakota or Minnesota and just pick up whatever I couldn't get.
Bunch
up
of
here.
liquor.
So
What's your go-to liquor, sir?
I'm more of a beer guy normally, but for hard liquor, I kind of prefer whiskey.
Okay. What's been your
and
beer of choice lately?
Beer of choice. I used to drink a lot of IPAs, but I've been drinking more stouts and porters. I drink pretty much anything as long as it's not sour. I'm not a big sour fan,
Yeah, true that.
and I'm not really a big fan of all the random flavors that are out now. It's fun to try once in a while, but I
Well,
just
you
don't
talking
see
about
myself
like the
drinking a six pack
Trulies
of
and
blueberry
the
flavored beer.
yeah, all the White Claws and all that jazz.
Yeah, I mean that vanilla beer we tried was
Yeah, that was
pretty
a
fire.
cool one. That was I like that a lot more than I thought I was.
But yeah, getting over the border is not too big of a deal. It was a little more strict after 9/11, but overall, they just want to make sure you're not trying to work down there without a permit. And
So if you were just driving into Canada from the U.S., like, do you still have to stop to talk to someone, or can you just like cruise on through?
yeah, there's still a border crossing the other way. They just want to make sure. The Canadian side is more just wanting to make sure you haven't gone over your limits for what you're allowed to bring back, because a lot of people do go shopping down there at Target or wherever.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I ask is I'm in Southern California and I can just drive into Mexico and they don't ask you shit. You just fucking go. You just drive right across. You could get randomly selected for like a search and whatnot, but like it's not common. It's yeah, maybe like 1 out of 10 times you might get pulled over for like, and they just want to, like a quick hey, how are you, and can we search your vehicle, and bada bing bada boom, but yeah, Mexico, they're super lax. You can just drive on in. They don't give a fuck.
What about coming back though?
Coming back, you gotta wait in a big ass line to go through. They got a bunch of like scanners and shit, like an X-ray scanner and stuff. The dogs sniffing around. They're checking every single person's passport coming back in. Asking questions, like they're on top of it, letting people through the border from Tijuana going into Southern California.
I can imagine, yeah, they're pretty strict, especially the southern Mexican border.
Yeah, man.
A lot of human trafficking, drug smuggling. I would imagine they're kind of on the lookout for that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
The one thing I noticed driving back to Canada is roads are total shit up here. Sorry if I'm not allowed to. I'm allowed to swear. Or not,
You can swear all you want, bud.
All right. Well, the roads are horrible up here. So I notice driving as soon as you get over the border, it gets bumpy and not very smooth at all.
Well, aren't part of the reason why the roads are shit because they're fucking frozen like half the fucking year?
Yeah, and then they thaw out and
Yeah.
refreeze and get
how
all
can
cracked up.
Yeah, I would imagine the roads are just as shitty in fucking North Dakota. like driving around.
They're
Like,
so much nicer though.
they're
Even
nicer, really?
they're probably not as nice as California, but yeah, they're way better than any of the roads we get in Canada.
I wonder why that is.
I think they just get maintained. There's more money that goes towards maintaining them.
Huh. Yeah. Even just thinking about a country's road. Oh yeah, this country's roads are better than this country's. It's just like, wow, they like divvy up their taxes or like the percentage of government funds differently to like, oh yeah, we spend more money on roads here.
I'm sure some of the cities and towns probably have issues with some of their roads, but the highways generally tend to be pretty nice. At least what I've seen down the states.
Justin, in New Jersey, how would you rate the roads? Because it snows and shit out there.
Yeah, it's if you asked me like 5 to 10 years ago, I would rate them terribly. But within the past 10 years, in my neighborhood, we've had the roads repaved like twice. So like
Nice.
they get bad kind of quick, like as like probably like over the years, but it is at least maintained. Like I think maybe like a month or two ago, one of the roads, like the road right next to my house, was just repaved, so it looks brand new.
And that's like a recent development of like your area in New Jersey. Just like the roads are better.
Yeah. Like I mean, I don't know. Like I just know one of the there's this joke I heard before about how if you're trying to catch a drunk driver in other states, they like swerve. They can't drive straight. But if you're in New Jersey, a drunk driver is going to drive straight because normally a sober driver has to avoid all the potholes.
That's funny. So yeah, so if you're driving straight, that means you're up to no fucking good,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
I've seen that meme in my area too. I think it's sort of a common thing, a common joke amongst
That
anywhere with
makes
shit roads.
sense.
So
Yeah. Well, cause yeah, dude, you're up to no good because you're not texting and driving. Then, 'cause, like you're trying to like be all inconspicuous. When I mean, maybe when you're drunk, you should just continue to text and drive. That way, you're just all over the road per usual. Let's see. Out here in California, you notice a difference in like the cleanliness of the quality of the road? Yeah, yeah. No, there's quality too. Anyways, from county to county. So I'm in Orange County. The second you cross over into LA County, even just on the freeway, there's like a 5 freeway that goes like all the way in. Yeah, the second you cross the border from like Orange County to LA County, it's just significantly just shittier. It's like there's just more trash. There's like more cracks in their fucking road. So like LA County is just like just doesn't spend or give as much of a fuck about their roads as the Orange counties. You know what I think about driving down the freeway? And I just see all these like road workers. Dude, I don't know a single person in my life that works on like the highway. Like I just work on the roads and whatnot. Do you guys know anyone that's like a laborer for the government that like works on the roads?
I don't know anybody. No.
Who are they? Like where do they live? Like how do you meet these folk? I mean, yeah, how many people? How much do we actually pay, do you think? How much are we spending billions of dollars on roads to make them drivable? Or is it in the millions? Like, I'd be curious to know, like, how much money does this... It can't be cheap. It's got to be a fuck ton of money.
It's got to be, a decent amount of coin. I'm not sure. I don't really follow that, but you definitely notice it when places don't spend the money on their roads and they're trash roads. So. Yeah,
and then not to mention like a freeway exit with and a bridge. Like how much does a bridge and with like freeway like a bridge and then there's always near a bridge there's always like on and off ramp right on like the left and right side of the bridge in a roundabout. How much does a roundabout cost? You know, it's also that's a $6 million roundabout. You know, for some street.
It's crazy, but I'd rather have a roundabout than a set of lights.
Right. Yeah, I think in Canada, you guys utilize the roundabout system a lot better than we do in the States. That's for sure.
Uh, yeah, they're starting to appear in my city at least quite a bit, but not everywhere. But in a few new developments, they're putting roundabouts in instead of stop signs and lights.
So speaking about people getting in your way, there's too much traffic. It makes it a shitty drive. How many players in the gloveworks op servers is too many for you?
Too many? I don't know if that's a possibility. I mean, I kind of like a full server.
Okay. There was a point in time I was running 32 slot servers.
I guess yeah, performance wise, maybe 24 is a good tappy.
If perfect, imagine a world perfect performance, 16v16 on Op Doodlebop. How's that sound?
It'd be a little chaotic, I think. For smaller maps like that, I think it'd be a lot of people. But I don't know. I kind of like. I don't think I'd mind it too much, but I could be. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I definitely, for some of the bigger maps, I think more people is definitely a good thing. For some of the smaller ones like Doodlebop or maybe Mini India, I think it might be a bit much. But
Yeah.
But I don't mind a lot of people. I kind of like a lot of people in the server. When it gets down to like 5 people per team, it's not as fun, I find.
More
Like if it's
more
empty
people,
server.
more fun. Have you played like let's see. Have you played Hell Let Loose? There's like 100 people on a battlefield. Any games like that where there's like, even more than 64 players?
The original, like the Battlefield games. I played the first Battlefield 1942. I played a little bit of, but I never really got into it much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played those. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but yeah, I don't mind the idea of it. But as long as there's room for that many people, like if it's too cramped, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, true that. Something we have to think about when adding maps to the servers, how many spawn points there are on a map. I guess we can get around it with some plug-in stuff, but it's still kind of annoying.
Yeah, like I think Proto with too many people is super frustrating to play.
Good old Proto. Another.
But
great-
otherwise, like if there's just the right amount of people, I think it's an awesome map. But
All right, so
too many people makes
no matter player count aside, what is your favorite map?
My favorite map, player count aside, probably Mini India. I think. I don't know if
Damn.
that's a cliched answer.
Okay.
I don't know, something about it I just like, and sometimes I play dog shit on it, but other times it goes okay for me.
So, what Mini India do you prefer the most? CS:GO or CS2 Mini India?
I think what's the big difference between them? Because I find them very similar to each other.
They're nearly identical. It's just the aesthetics.
Aesthetics, I like probably the CS:GO version. I'm not a big fan of the sound of footsteps in the CS2 version.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It's not a game breaker for me. It's just sort of an annoying footstep sound.
Yeah,
I think
the walking on the plastic sounds definitely an acquired taste, I feel.
the one thing I hate about Mini India is getting shot through the middle tower. People spamming the middle tower.
That's right. Yeah, that meta.
I always get
so
shot.
that existed in CS:GO, but not to the extent it does now. Now everyone spams the middle tower in CS2, and yeah, it's been requested for it to be fixed. So we'll see if our resident mapper, Mr. Cyan Jimbo, will be up to the task to. If he thinks it's a problem, then he might fix it. But if he doesn't think it's an issue, then.
I don't think it's necessarily an issue. It's just you just have to adapt to people doing it more.
I mean, it's kind of like adapting to Asylum, right? They're like spamming that middle wall in Asylum, and there's no, it's just like, well, then just don't run there. Like, just wait till a little bit later in the round.
Yeah, exactly. Just the thing to adapt to.
I guess the main complaint is that like there's such a narrow. You have to run straight down the middle to avoid getting shot in the left or right shoulder. So then
sometimes you get wide peaked.
True.
but I enjoy it. I enjoy the kind of the smaller maps where it's a little more close up and less long range.
So do you play much like competitive or anything like that in CS?
I play a little bit of competitive. I haven't been playing it a lot lately, but yeah, I do enjoy competitive.
And have you? Let's see. From CS:GO to CS2, have you been playing more or less Counter-Strike since then?
Probably less, but I don't think it's. There's parts of the games like I know you're a big Danger Zone fan. I kind of miss that,
dude. I miss
but
Danger Zone so much. Oh my
I
god.
think it might be more just the people I play with on the regular have been playing less, so that might be why I don't play as much.
Valve, bring back Danger Zone, bro. Oh
I
my
agree, and bring back the kill cam as
God.
well.
Bring back the kill cam. Come on.
I know you don't really see it in competitive, but in the ops server, it's
It's
nice
a
to see
casual
where you.
only. Like you only ever saw it in casual. You never use it in competitive.
I do play a lot of casual too. I'm a sucker for that. I don't know why. It's just fun to get my drink on and just fire up casual and
It's
just
just
mess
a
around
hang.
and have fun.
I hear you. I hear you.
But even just in the ops server, it's just part of the how I learned how to get better was just watching how I died to some better player
Yeah.
and what angles they peek, and
you learn a lot seeing that kill cam for sure.
yeah, and it's just nice to if someone hits a wild shot, it's nice to see them how they did it, and if I don't know, I kind of miss that aspect of it.
So let's see. I was trying to think from your region. You're in Canada, and there's no Canadian servers, and I'm like thinking
There's
about that.
barely anybody.
So in they don't. So you're in Winnipeg. They really don't live too far. How much of Canada's populated? Like once you get like north of once you get like maybe 100 miles north of Toronto, then like who the fuck's living out there? Like.
I mean, Toronto's pretty far south. It doesn't seem like it, but that whole peninsula is pretty far south.
Oh yeah,
but,
it is, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're. Oh wait, you're.
yeah,
Yeah. You're
what
way
is there?
further.
Like,
You're right. You're all the way up there. You're way further north than Toronto. Yeah.
I think there's like parts of southern Ontario that are as far south as the northern edge of California, so it goes pretty far south.
I guess Chicago really just serves like a lot of people. Like huge. Everyone in Canada from Toronto, Montreal can all just connect to Chicago.
Yeah, like 70% of the whole country lives in that kind of area near Toronto and Montreal.
Yeah.
It's a huge population center down there. And then spread out across kind of within like 100 miles of the border, I think most of the rest of the country lives. But yeah, I think Edmonton's like the biggest city, for the furthest north big city there is.
Valve doesn't have New York servers, do they? Or do they?
They do.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, I just never. Oh yeah, because I'm on the West Coast. So why would they put me in a New York server? Makes sense. I think I've played with my little British buddies, and I think we all connected to New York. That's right. That's right.
Back in the 1.6 days, there was a LAN cafe that ran their own servers here in Winnipeg. So I played on there a few times. But otherwise, yeah, not much in this part of the country. But I'm sure there's probably a few Toronto servers, community servers. But yeah, no official Valve servers at all.
Gosh darn it. So, what are you doing? What are you doing for work these days?
What am I doing for work? Well, I work in a liquor store.
Let's go.
Can you believe that? So, yeah, I've been working there for like 18, 20 years almost.
That's badass, dude. Hence the name Liquor Pussy. Sweet.
That's where the name comes from, part of it. I mean, part of it was because I Google image searched. I saw this picture of the cat drinking the tequila, and that became the profile picture. And then I put the two and two together.
So your name comes from profile pic first, name second, based on pic.
Name second, yeah.
That's
and also,
fucking
okay, so
awesome.
there was the my work actually. We used to be. I'll give you a little backstory about the company I worked for.
Okay.
It's a provincially run liquor store, and the liquor jurisdiction used to be one separate company, and the lotteries and the casinos all used to be a separate provincially run company. Well, they merged the two companies, and now they handle both liquor and lottery sales and casinos and stuff. And we made a little joke when they merged. We're like, "Oh, liquor in the front, poker in the rear." So a little double entendre there. That's where I kind of thought about the liquor pussy thing.
It's awesome.
But the little kitty cat picture makes
So
it
you got a
so
little,
much
you
more
got some
innocent
gambling going on at
sounding.
work too.
Oh, we sell lottery tickets, and
Oh, lottery tickets.
there's a couple
so
casinos run by the province.
So let's see. What's your take on skin gambling?
I'm not a big gambler myself, so I don't like to gamble skins. I enjoy buying skins and, but I don't really do a lot of trading or gambling or anything like that. So usually if I buy something, it's one I want and I just keep it. But I've heard horror stories of people losing, their whole inventory because I got sucked into gambling. So
Yeah, Justin's one of them. He lost all of his skins because he's addicted to gambling.
That's true.
tisk.
Do you gamble on the server with your credits?
No, I've never really looked into the casino mini games that you guys have.
Well,
All I see are people spamming crash and all this other stuff. I don't quite understand how it all works. So,
well, in the server, you can get 1,000 credits every day you join. So you type an exclamation point daily, you'll get 1,000, and then every preceding day you join, it'll double. So you get 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and then the incentive to gamble is that the number one gambler of the month gets free VIP.
ooh, fancy.
Yeah, so you can be a hot shot out there with the VIP in the server if you're the number one gambler.
Can you gift credits at all?
You can. That's yeah, you can definitely gift. You type an exclamation point gift space the amount of credits, and then boom, you ship it. The player will receive.
Nice.
that
If
many
anybody
credits.
wants my credits, just ask.
Oh shit! People be coming after those credits.
I don't have very many though, so.
And then do you well, I don't know, because I think it's like every 10 minutes you get 50 credits. I think I'm gonna up that to 100. But do you, yeah, and as far as the points in the rank system, I don't think I've ever, how much does that really matter to you in the server, having like points and rank and shit?
Well, considering I'm a dog shit player, it doesn't really matter to me that much, but I enjoy, I think it's important to have there because it gives a sense of achievement and progress when you get better. Or if you do worse, you need to really shore up your game, I guess, when you're losing points. But yeah, to me, I know I'm not going to hit kind of the upper ranks because I'm not as good as a lot of players. But it's still nice to have. It gives me a sense of progression, at least. I think it's important. I think a lot of people lose interest in the server if you got rid of it. Yeah, I don't know. I like the rank system. I think it's important, but I'm not too concerned with my own rank as far as where my position is. I like to look at it and see that I'm getting better. And I know that's more. I think it's definitely weighted. The more you play, the more you're gonna increase, I think. But yeah, I like it.
Sweet. All right, so I recently just saw you a couple of weeks ago out in California because you came and visited. So, and as your first,
Yeah, I came and visited.
yeah, okay,
Go for it.
It's your first time in California as a true Canadian. Let's hear your take of California and the Los Angeles area.
Yeah, so it was my first time in California. I've been to the States before, but I think the furthest south I've been was probably Colorado. And that was a long time ago. But yeah, California was nice. The weather was beautiful. I got kind of I did a lot of reading on Reddit about what people thought and touristy shit to avoid and touristy shit to do, and a lot of people warn me that like, oh yeah, it's kind of grungy and meh, not very nice place. A lot of homeless people, some sketchy neighborhoods to avoid, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. I actually had a great time, and I think a lot of that was overblown. I know there's in Winnipeg there's some sketchy neighborhoods and a lot of sketchy people sometimes. So I guess I'm kind of used to that. But yeah, it was a great time. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed meeting you, and yeah, it was just nice to get out of not. It's been super mild here for weather, but it was still nice to be able to walk around in shorts and a t-shirt and not be freezing my ass off.
So when you say freezing your ass off, what temperature is that? Where does that start at?
I think it's different for everybody, but right now it's still in the single. Okay, I guess it's about maybe like 5 or 6 degrees today in Winnipeg Celsius. It's not that cold, but you got to put a hoodie on, and if it's windy, it gets a little chilly. But
For
yeah, it was
everyone
kind
listening,
of.
that's 50 Fahrenheit. So when it gets 50 Fahrenheit, then you're like, all right, it's starting to get cold.
Yeah, so when I was down there, it was like
you said
20
you said
to.
5. You said 5. Oh, whoops.
Sorry, go.
I was just doing Celsius to Fahrenheit.
5
math.
Celsius,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's about 40 Fahrenheit. All right, shit, dude. All right, so yeah, you're getting.
Yeah, and so when I was down there, it was like 20 to 26 degrees Celsius. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but
78.
it was a lot nicer. It was like your average kind of nice summer day.
Yeah, 72 to 78 degrees, classic California. We kind of just live in that zone.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It got a little cooler at night, but otherwise it was, yeah, great weather.
Sweet. So overall, you were like expecting like, oh yeah, because you hear such terrible things about LA and how shit it is, and I forgot when we because I was supposed to show you the shit part of LA after we left the rave, but I forgot. I didn't get to bring you to Tent City, dude. It's a whole nother fucking world out there. All the sidewalks for like a few blocks are all just tent, and it's like, yeah, there's buildings on the other side, but a lot of them are just abandoned now, and yeah, it's just like a huge community of people living in tents, and every tent is like someone's home, like they're posted up. They're like, this is where I'm living. So it's pretty fucking
I was told
crazy.
to avoid Skid Row, but
Yeah,
I'm a big Michael
Tent City,
Jackson
Skid
fan,
Row,
and
same thing.
I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and he's filmed a lot of music videos in that neighborhood, and
Yo,
I was
speaking
hoping
of,
to go
you
to
you
go
brought
visit it.
you. I'm glad we got to you. You're the one who brought it up, and the reason why we went there. We saw the fucking dude's house, dude, from
We
the Big
found
Lebowski.
the dude's house. Yeah,
that was
the
so
Big
fucking
Lebowski.
cool. Thanks for fucking. I'm not a big tourist destination guy, but dude, that was super fucking cool.
We talked about my work. Did you? How was your work going? Did you?
Oh
sell
yeah. I haven't. For those listening, I started working at an art gallery. The next day after me and Liquor Pussy hit the town, we're pretty hungover. We hit some art galleries. One thing led to another. I was talking to one of the guys working at the shop, and just talking to him about the art, a bunch of different pieces, and it turns out he was the shop owner and also artist of the joint. And we just started talking, and I brought up that I do sales for work, and he's like, "Oh, sales! Like, do you want to sell some of my art like later today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, dude." And then I double took. I'm like, "Are you serious? Like you need someone else like work the shop?" He's like, "Yeah, like do you want to come by today, like later today around like 5?" And I was just like, because by 5 o'clock, I was planning on just heading out, because me and Liquor, it was like a early morning or coming up around noon. Me and Liquor were probably just gonna grab some lunch, and I was just gonna head out and head back home. So this guy offered to have me look over, like basically just look over his art gallery for an evening, because I guess he originally planned to go out that morning and have someone take over and look after the shop, but those plans fell through for the other guy. So he had been texting and looking for someone all morning, and I don't know, just on the spot, kind of just offered me the chance to look over an art gallery. And so I went in at 5, and from 5 to closing, I looked over the art gallery. I didn't sell any art, but I did make 2 custom T-shirts for a lady that was coming in. She lived in Hawaii. She was visiting, but she does photography as a hobby, and they made custom T-shirts at this art gallery. So he showed me how pretty quick. It's pretty basic stuff. It's just a special paper with like a certain kind of ink that they use, and you just print out whatever you want, and then you have like a heat press that does a heat transfer of the graphic onto the T-shirt. So yeah, I made 2 custom shirts, but that was it. But yeah, cool, dude. I haven't gone in since, but we're still chatting.
I was gonna ask, have you been back? Have you
haven't
kept
been
up,
back? It
made
is
the drive.
Yeah, because he already has 2 guys that look over the shop, so I'm basically just there if he needs me, type of thing.
Okay. I just thought it was surreal and funny that he just offered you a job out of the blue.
Yeah, he needed someone, It was kind of desperate, so.
Yeah, so then we went back to the hotel. I think you got freshened up a little, took a shower.
Yeah, I took a shower, freshened up. I was still.
And then we went to the dude's house.
Yep.
And then you're like, all right, I got to go to work.
See you later.
I just wandered around like, taking pictures of some poor person, not poor person, but someone's yard, and it's because the Big Lebowski film there. Thought it was crazy.
There's got to be people that come and take photos and shit. Like,
they've put fences up and stuff since they filmed the movie, obviously, because I'm sure they got a ton of people taking pictures, and then, just like a block away or a couple blocks away is where that art gallery was. So I swung by and stood hi while you were working the grind.
Yeah, it's how you would imagine it would be like working in an art gallery. You kind of just fucking sit there. And then, you're just like, how you guys doing? And let me know if you have any questions, and enjoy the pieces.
But yeah, California was, at least in the LA area, was a lot of fun. I had a good time. I was only out there for like 6 days, but
that's a good visit.
One thing I did notice was the Canadian dollar is absolute shit. So
damn,
everything costed way more than I thought it did.
It used to be the other way around. I'm pretty sure, right? Didn't Canadian dollars?
Well, maybe once.
Okay.
Maybe once upon a time, but it's always been not as.
Damn.
Everything's been more expensive, but yeah, I didn't really notice the price too much until I started logging into my credit card apps and just being like, oh shit, that's what it actually cost me.
Yeah, traveling and stuff, doing currency math in your brain always sucks. I guess that's the beautiful thing about traveling in the United States of America. It's all the same currency, and all the states you go to, no matter what, we all got the almighty USD.
Yeah.
Do you guys have do you guys have like trains and stuff that like cruise around like from major cities and stuff?
Like trains, like passenger trains, like for like comparable like Amtrak or something.
Exactly.
We've got Via Rail up here. It's not really a popular way to get around unless you're kind of in the Greater Toronto area. I think it's more popular between like Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, but as otherwise it takes forever to get anywhere because it's such a huge country. And up here, the freight trains have priority on the rails, so trains not really it's usually more expensive than flying too. So,
and
there's some touristy kind of luxury rail lines that run from Calgary to Vancouver that go through the mountains. It's pretty scenic, which is nice, but they're also priced that way to be more for retired tourists that just want a nice, relaxing 2 or 3 day journey through the mountains.
I see. And then let's see, I was just thinking about working at a liquor store for as long as you have, but it's in Canada. I mean, are there a lot of like shady characters coming in your guys' liquor store, like buying booze and shit, or I mean, what's the
What do you,
profile
what,
like? Like, are they like fucking like drug addict, like not drug addicts, but like alcoholics going in there just trying to get through the fucking day, looking pretty haggard, or like,
there's some of that too. Like we're not allowed to serve someone if they're intoxicated, but yeah, you see some people that they have a drinking problem, and it's kind of sad to see because I've seen a lot of people, and then I've sometimes you just don't see them one day, and you're like, oh, did they quit drinking or did they pass away or
damn.
what happened? So it is kind of sad to see. Sometimes certain neighborhoods definitely are worse than others.
Because
But
even just getting liquor out there, I know here it varies state to state, like depending on what the state law is, like where you can buy like beer, liquor, wine, and stuff like that. I mean, in California, you can get all the beer, liquors, and wines like pretty much at any just grocery store, even. So wherever you're getting groceries, they've always got all the booze you could want. But in Canada, you have to go to the very specific alcohol store, right, where everything's taxed.
yeah, it's varies from province to province, but generally there's a provincially run booze store, and sometimes they have private beer stores or whatever, or wine stores. But other than that, yeah, most provinces are like that. A lot of them are some of them are starting to privatize. Like Alberta has been fully private for a while. You can go to the grocery store and get your alcohol, and I think Saskatchewan just recently has started opening things up a little more. But yeah, it was a big surprise. It wasn't a surprise, but it was kind of nice to just walk into the grocery store near the hotel and just pick up different beers, and yeah.
Yeah, and then the grocery stores have better prices than the liquor stores because they buy more quantity, bulk. So there's always better deals at the grocery stores. It's funny.
Costco is a fun place to walk around.
Oh yeah. Wait, you don't have Costco?
No, we have Costco, but
okay.
they don't sell alcohol in the Costco's.
Oh, I see.
Up here, so at least not in my province. So it was neat to see the huge size bottles and what they cost. Sometimes they're way cheaper than even the regular size bottles here. But yeah.
Justin, what's the alcohol like in New Jersey?
Oh my goodness! You think I know?
I
don't
you
drink.
bought one or two things of alcohol before.
I bought that in New York.
But yeah, you've been to a fucking grocery store. You know if they sell alcohol or
No,
not.
I mean,
hello.
I went to a liquor store to get liquor that one time. Well, not liquor. I got gin and rum.
Gin is liquor.
Oh, I thought liquor. Okay, see, that's how little I know. How liquor was a specific. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah,
Like,
I mean,
can you buy a bottle of whiskey at your local grocery store?
I doubt it, but I have no idea.
Oh my
I do
God.
not. I've not ever done. I've not gone to the grocery store to buy any form of alcohol. Besides like. Well, okay, when I was in New York, I got I got Trulies once.
Watch out.
I don't think that's something they.
Yeah, I'm not into the Trulies or the White Claws because it's really just malt beer that they flavor. It's like a malt beverage, and that shit just fucking doesn't sit right, man. That shit there's such a bad hangover after those fucking things. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the White Claw Truly alcoholic beverages. Then what, the Nelk Boys released a Happy Dad beverages. Are those in Canada yet? Liquor Happy Dads?
Yeah, we have those up here.
Have you
too.
had them?
I've never tried them. No, I've tried White Claw and Trulies and all that, but I haven't tried the Happy Dad stuff.
I tried them. No, it's a no go for me. I don't think they're good at all. And I had
Who makes those?
I'm not sure. It's just the guys who made them is called the Nelk Boys. They're they started doing like comedy videos on the social medias. Now they've got like a podcast and shit.
Yeah, never heard of them.
But yeah, they're massive. But yeah, they made their own beverage called the Happy Dad, and they did a collab with Snoop Dogg, and they came out with Death Row beverage, and it's grape flavored. So it's a grape flavored seltzer. And
interesting.
IMO, not good. Yeah, not good at all. Didn't even finish it. I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna finish this. Wow. But it's an
I
acquired
mean, I would
taste.
finish it.
All right.
Yeah,
Have you guys had the Mr. Beast chocolate bar?
no, I've never even seen them up here.
And
Maybe they're around. Maybe I haven't looked for them.
What's the go-to milk chocolate for you guys then?
Milk chocolate? What's my favorite? We have
No,
have
like
you
what's
heard
the
of
popular brands? Like
popular brands? Cadbury, Nestle are the two
Okay.
big brands up here.
Oh yeah,
guess.
the Cadbury. So Hershey's isn't up there.
We've got a few Hershey's products, but they're not as popular now.
So ours is Hershey's. So I went camping a few months ago and we did Hershey's versus the Mr. Beast bars. Let me tell you, Mr. Beast bars by a long shot. Like Hershey's tastes like some fucking there's like some artificial flavoring going on, and there's like high fructose corn syrup and all this shit, and it's fucking terrible.
I mean, when I'm eating chocolate bars, I'm not really thinking about the health benefits.
Health benefits aside, the flavor alone, you could just taste like this weird flavor in the Hershey's versus the Mr. Beast. Feastables is the brand.
Feastables, okay.
Yeah,
yeah, I've never tried them before.
Yeah, so I'm Feastables all the way.
Belgium makes some amazing chocolate.
Oh yeah, some Belgian chocolate. Hey, speaking of Belgium, isn't that where the major you went? It was out in Belgium.
Yeah. A couple years ago, I went to Belgium, Antwerp, Belgium. Saw the major there and ate a shitload of chocolate. There's a chocolate museum. Yeah, it was. The major was a lot of fun. The food was great out there. The beers were great out there.
Badass. So, would you go back? Would you go back to Belgium?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you know what? I went there probably 9 years ago. I went there just for fun, and I've been looking for a reason to go back, and then I saw the major was going to be there in 2022. So I made a point to go back just for that. But I also did other things around, besides Counter-Strike stuff. Kind of planned a little vacation around it. But.
Sweet. So the question is, would you rather go back to Belgium for a week or Los Angeles for a week?
Depends on the time of year, but yeah. Sorry, not to offend you, but I'd probably go back to Belgium for a week.
I knew it.
But it's as far as cost of flights and stuff, probably LA be cheaper and quicker.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck it, dude. So yeah, I mean, I think pretty much everyone would rather go to Belgium than fucking Los Angeles. So I get it. Well, cool, dude. Liquor Pussy, thanks for joining us on the podcast, giving us a bit of slice of time, letting us get to know you a bit more. Fucking A, we didn't even go over this. The motherfucking daddy sounds in the server, dude.
So, yes.
I gotta double check with the developers, see what we can arrange to get the guy who develops the Quake sounds in the plugin we use in the server. Ultimately, I'm just have to pay the guy X amount of dollars for him to do it. But Liquor Pussy here is the voice behind the daddy sounds in the server. If y'all are just new to the servers for CS2, you guys don't really know at all what we're talking about. In CSGO, we have different like packs of sound people could select and play in the server. And one of the sounds was the daddy sounds, and Liquor Pussy is the voice behind the daddy sounds.
Basically, it was an alternative to the double kill, monster kill, all those different sounds you get when you go on kill streaks. But yeah, you had asked me to record some stuff, and I was like, yeah, sure, anything you want. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had fun doing those. I'm sure my neighbors, I live in an apartment, so if they could hear me through the walls, they probably thought I was some crazy person with some of the stuff I was saying. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I guess if as a temporary solution, you could just ask me to say something in the server. I'll just
whenever you guys are on a kill streak, let him know, and then he'll just say it in the mic for you.
There you go.
Cool, dude. Well, yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for playing in the Gloveworks servers for as long as you have. You're now a living legend in the Gloveworks servers. So, thanks again.
Thanks for having me on the podcast, and thanks for running such an awesome community. It's the people that play on the server are probably the reason I've been playing it for so long. Yeah, everyone's super friendly. So,
Well, thank you, sir. Any last words?
no, not really.
Hell yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah, just thanks for having me on.
Thanks for
Appreciate it.
tuning in for another pod. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
See ya.
Bye bye.